Peter Nwachukwu, the husband of late Ekueme singer, the late Osinachi Nwachukwu, has been sentenced to death by hanging. Yes, you heard that right. The Attorney General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has sentenced 56-year-old Peter Nwachukwu, husband of late Osinachi Nwachukwu, who died on the 8th of April 2022, to death by hanging. Now, this man has been facing court charges. He was charged on a 13 count, seriously 23 counts rather, of battering this woman, physical abuse, emotional abuse, calling her demeaning words, and even threatening and beating his own kids, recording their cries and playing it on his phone. He also threatened his kids and told them to not tell anybody about the things he does to the late Osinachi. When this woman was reported dead, it was said that she was battling throat cancer, but her family members and loved one came out to say, nah, Peter Nwachukwu should be held responsible. It was when he battered her the last time that she found herself in an hospital, and she gave up the ghost from there, from complications resulting from the abuse melted on this woman by her supposed husband, Peter Nwachukwu. Now the federal government took him to court, and he has been sentenced to death by hanging, and you can say that that is one of the most cruel punishments a court of law can give anybody. Peter Nwachukwu is facing that now. Ekueme singer came to limelight in 2017 when she featured in the song Ekueme, a song that now has over 72 million views on YouTube. Peter Nwachukwu has been charged, and her family members are going to bury her on the 25th of June 2022 in her father's compound in Abia State. This man was charged on the account of ejecting this woman forcefully from a matrimonial home. Not only that, it was also said that Nwachukwu forcefully pushed his late wife out of a moving vehicle. Nwachukwu did not stop here in some of the things he did to this woman. He also deprived her of her personal liberty by restraining her movements and locking her up in the house. Yes, so it's even said that sometimes when this woman gets invited to minister, this man will say she must not go anywhere. Even if she has to go, he will go there, collect the money, he will go there, collect the honorarium, collect everything that is supposed to be for Osinachi, take it for himself, and leave this woman stranded. So it's even said that he denied her access to her money for medication and household necessities, forcing this woman to beg and borrow. He subjected her to emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse, all of which are contrary to the Violence Against Person Act of 2015 in Nigeria. This man was also said to have forcefully isolated and separated Osinachi from her family by preventing her mother and siblings from visiting her matrimonial home, or even her going to visit them. In fact, it was said that at a point Osinachi returned to her parents' compound to say, guys, I'm no longer getting married to this man, but because of her fame and how people will perceive her in society, I quickly heard that at the time of her death, she was the lead chorister for Dunamis International, a church that is headed by Pastor Dr. Paul Eneche, who and his family, they actually came out to say they know nothing about it. I'll get to that shortly. But she was doing all of those things. So because of what people will say, because of her love for her husband, she returned to her husband's house when this man came to beg her after she returned to her parents, and so he restricted access between her family and herself. She has a twin sister, Mrs. Grace, and she refused anybody seeing her. Not only that, this man was charged for cruelly beating his children, recording their cry, and playing it on his own phone. He also threatened these 4 children that Osinachi has for him, prevented them from reporting the acts of domestic violence against their mother to the head pastor of the church, Dr. Paul Eneche. Like I was saying, Dr. Paul and the church actually came out to say, we knew nothing concerning what this woman was going through. The only things we know is what this woman tells us, and she never speaks ill of her husband. We didn't know that she had this kind of problem, but people close to her actually knew things were going on, and some other person said they told her to tell her pastor, who became her mentor after she moved to Abuja and joined the church, courtesy of a marriage to the man that finally took her life, said that they told this lady, but she refused to tell anybody concerning it. It was also said that he did various acts of violence and aggravated assault with the knowledge that her death will be the probable consequences of his actions, which is why they charged him with culpable homicide count charge, and which is punishable by death. They also said that this man committed an offense that is emotional, verbal, and psychological on Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu, humiliating her and making utterances like "you are smelling, you are mad" to her in the presence of our music crew members. Among other things, these are words it is said that Peter did to Osinachi, and now he is facing the consequences and dancing to the tune of the law by being ordered to death by hanging. I want to hear from you. Do you think this is justifiable? Do you think our family will have peace? Do you think they will believe this? And do you think that this is going to serve as a deterrent to other persons who might be abusing their spouses for whatever reason or the other in their relationship? Because since this woman's death news broke out, people started talking about domestic violence that they are experiencing with their spouses, women, and we're coming up. Organizations were becoming, more intense with the way they speak concerning domestic violence and having to not stay. So do you think this is going to serve as a deterrent? Do you think it's going to make any difference? Because now that it's been charged to death by hanging, is that going to close the chapter on the war against domestic violence in Nigeria? I want to hear from you concerning that. Do you think it even justifies the height of the things he did to this woman and what eventually did by being the cause of her death? Because nothing can bring back this shining star that we had. She was a star from 2017 up until the time that she sadly lost her life. She was born on the 12th of November 1979. She was 42 at the time of her death. She was a gospel singer, songwriter, and music minister. She was based in Abuja, and she was revered in the gospel music scene for her sonorous voice and top-notch songwriting skills. Osinachi is from Abia State. She has a twin sister, Mrs. Amarachi Grace Eze, and she has another sibling, Favor Maid. She grew up in a Christian home, and it is said that was what even fostered a deep love for God. Her pastor then was aka Ogene, who was person mentoring her before she returned to Abuja when she became an adult. When she went to Abuja when she became an adult, got married and joined Dunamis International, and Junior Overseer became a spiritual father. She attended public primary and secondary schools, and then she wrote the SSCE examinations, among others. And now that she's dead, Ekueme has become one of the top tier worship songs to be ever released in Nigeria, even before now. And she's also featured in some other songs, produced a few of her own. Anyways, guys, that's it concerning the late Ekueme singer. Her husband has been found guilty of killing her and has now been sentenced to death by hanging. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like I mentioned, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.